Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington on the 18th of July 2018, about 10:30 in the morning, and I'll be playing the episode Quarks Lucky Seven in this video. This is part 5 of my Gamma Quadrant episode playthroughs. I'm not using my main character, which is an engineer. I'm using this character instead, which is a Federation tactical. I'm using a S.T.O class, which is the Tier 6 Prometheus Advanced Escort, with a temporal cannon turret build, rigged for rapid fire, though it's not a true rapid fire that follows the meta. Rapid fire isn't ideal for fighting the Herc, but it'll do. Anyway, let's get right on and start the episode. So, cue it up. Quarks Lucky Seven. Yep, part 5 is Quarks Lucky Seven. Let's hail.
My apologies for the quality of the transmission. I'm
Okay,
contacting you on an encrypted frequency. I'm working on an important covert mission, and I could use your assistance. I can't go into the details over comms, but you should know, if we pull this off, it could change the course of the Herc conflict in our favor. Meet with me on Deep Space Nine to go over the details. Come along. I've been asked to keep the details of the mission on a need-to-know basis, and right now, only you and I need to know.
Ooh, it's a need-to-know basis. I already know about this episode. I've F-clicked my way through it on other characters, so I know what to expect, and it is blooming brilliant. It's the comedy episode that reminds you of the Deep Space Nine story called The Magnificent Ferengi, I believe. Gamma Quadrant Iconian gateway location, interesting. And the special weapon reward we get for this episode, Lex throwing knives, and I've used them on other characters, and I must say they're good. They're good weapons to use. So we accept the mission.
Good luck.
And go to Deep Space Nine, and since we're in the Gamma Quadrant from previous episode, we have to fly to the wormhole. Which is down here. I'm not going to hit quantum slipstream, there's no need for such a short journey. I must admit, I'm liking this ship. It dies a few times, it's a little squishy, it's not as well kitted out as my main character, but it's fun, especially with its cannon rapid fire, and I've put on the pilot specialization for that little bit of extra speed so I can line up my weapons easier. It's what I've been using all along for these Gamma Quadrant playthroughs. But this episode I've been looking forward to most of all because it's funny. And I might not be using my main character that much during this episode. Not my main type, this character that much during this episode, because you get to play as other characters, the iconic ones. So, got a little ways to go before we get to the wormhole. So, this tactical character is the one I'm using. She's getting some interesting DPS results when she's built for DPS, but I haven't built her for that today, for these episode playthroughs. And I've also got on the kit module that came from the last episode, Doomed to Repeat, just to see what it does. I don't know if it's any good. It's supposed to create fire at the enemy location that will confuse them and penetrate the shields of them. Where is it? You won't see it on my toolbar at the moment because we're in space. My away team doesn't have very good gear. It's just fleet gear really, for the most part. some of these officers. These two were the ones I was given when I first created this character years ago. Yeah, I've got pilot specialization, but it's not complete. But I need it for the extra speed to use cannon rapid fire. And Intel's my primary. I've maxed out strategist, but I'm not using it because you don't get the speed boost. Even though it's a better specialization. Ah, we're at the wormhole. So we're travelling back to the Alpha Quadrant to Deep Space Nine. And here it is. You can pause on this and read it if you want. I'll hold it there for a moment. Then scroll it down. So let's begin Quarks Lucky Seven. The best of the new episodes, I believe. Cutscene.
No, absolutely not. This is your worst idea yet.
Do I need to remind you of the unwritten rule of acquisition, brother?
Rule 0. What the Nagus wants, we acquire. Why me? Get an eliminator to do it. Get 50. You can afford it.
You have connections with the Klingons. That and you're Rom's second most trusted Ferengi.
What? Who's first? Nog? Pell?
No. Moogie.
He's mummy.
Fine. Send her then.
But brother, you did such a great job of rescuing her before.
I also told your son to shoot me if I ever thought of doing something like that again.
That's right, you
Magnificent
did.
Ferengi episodes.
Well, don't worry. He won't.
That's not what I'm worried about.
We need this, brother. We can't hold off the Herc forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise, we're doomed.
Insanity! You don't even know where the Iconian fleet is, Rom.
I don't. But Starfleet intelligence monitors all major threats, including the Iconians.
Starfleet isn't in the habit of sharing classified data.
If we can get access to a security console, we can extract the data. We'll need to keep the security officer on duty occupied.
Leave that to me, husband.
So, Rom is now the Grand Nagus. His wife Lita is the First Lady of the Ferengi Alliance. And Quark owns its own moon. I bet it's just a silly little asteroid that he claims is
All right,
a moon.
Lita. The security officer on duty is a creature of habit. Comes in on her break every day without fail. Your job is to keep her occupied so Rom can get what we need from the security console. Do what you need to do. Smile, laugh at her jokes, whatever it takes. Put those feminine wiles of yours to good use.
Feminine Wales, I'm actually playing as Lita now, First Lady of the Ferengi Alliance. Feminine Wales?
Really, Quark? I'm not here to seduce your customers. You and I both know there's more than one way to work a mark.
Whatever you say, just don't mess it up. She'll be...
You worry too much, Quark. I got this.
Yep, there's Lita. And I'm in control of her.
It's your lucky day, officer. You're the 10 millionth customer here at Quarks. Congratulations! You've just won a free drink and a free spin at the Davo table. Quark, why don't you pour the lucky winner a drink? What'll it be, Constable?
Yes, and get rid of Hollow Lita while you're at it.
Oh, thanks. I'll take a nice Dractigino. I'm on duty. I can't stay too long, but I suppose I have enough time for a spin at the table. Lead the way.
How can she be the 1 millionth customer before she's even decided to buy something? But now she has because she's the 1 million, which makes her the 1 million. What a con. I believe this is Ro Laren's daughter, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's serve her a drink anyway.
Quark, will you turn that hollow me off, please? It's creeping me out.
Yep, let's serve her a drink to make her the 1 millionth customer, even though she's technically not.
This is why I like the Hollow Leader. She doesn't complain as much as the original. There. Happy?
Only if I get Admiral Lita to come by and beat the hell out of you.
The free drink will get her to relax.
So, let's go over to
And
the
then some
Dabo table.
Dabo to keep her busy.
And we'll run a game of Dabo for her.
One loss to remove suspicion.
Oh, looks like my luck's run out. Oh well. Thanks for the drink and the spin. Better get back to my station.
They should have said she was the 1 millionth person to enter Quarks, not the 1 millionth customer, because she's not a customer until she buys something. Wait! You got another spin!
Whoa, whoa, don't be so hasty, friend. The law of averages is on your side here. Trust me. Have another spin on the house. What have you got to lose?
Okay, you've convinced me. One more spin. Why not?
She's a much easier mark than Odo. Run a rigged game of Dabo.
And then a victory to reel her in.
Don't forget, press that little button under the table to rig it. This guy, he's losing his money, poor lad. He should have won. Calling the winners, starting new game.
Dabo!
Nicely done. Those winnings are coming out of your cut, though.
Yeah, look, he's swaying back and forth like an autistic person.
Good. The guard's distracted. Time to go to work. Overriding this door panel should be child's play. This is
Come
the
on,
most
load it up.
secret maintenance panel.
There we go.
Chief O'Brien needed me to fix it once.
So I was playing Lita, now I'm playing the Grand Nagus. Come on, walk. Override door. Hang on. There it is. So it's one of these little puzzles, but you don't actually have to make an effort at it because ROM has a workaround. So we'll rotate column right, of course, and then use ROM's Deep Space Nine engineering experience as a workaround to force open the door.
Once I'm in, I can install a back door. Then we can access the system from the console at Quarks.
Access console, install the back door. Well, you don't have to actually do the password. You can just click this over and over again until ROM comes up with a way to brute force his way in. There we go, brute force. It's appeared now. Done.
She's heading back, Rom. Get out of there!
Oh, Moogie! I'm in trouble. I gotta get out of here quick. Relock the door. Just scramble it. Done.
Relax, everyone. It's done. I'm on my way back.
Hello,
Try not to
Mr.
look conspicuous.
Klingon restaurant.
Or guilty.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, good morning, security officer. I was not in your office just now. I'm just here talking to the Klingon. Now let's get back to Quarks and use that back door into the security system. Okay, brother.
Can't believe you pulled that off. Being the Nagus hasn't made you go soft between the lobes. Let's figure this out before security gets wise. Use the console behind the bar and find out what you can about the Iconians. Oh, and while you're at it, look for any other useful information in there, too. Some of it could be valuable, you know.
So he's telling the Nagus what to do, which makes him the real Nagus, the puppet master. Quark's got too much power these days.
Relax, brother. I'll have these files cracked in no time. Starfleet encryption is good, but it's nothing compared to what we use in the Commerce Authority. That's actually difficult.
So Quark's the power behind the throne. Okay, let's use the console to check the security logs. Now, I believe if you go through each one of these, instead of just reading about the Herc or the Iconians, you just go through each one, you'll get an accolade. So,
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87961.3. Intermittent Borg activity in the Quadrant. We've been able to track a Unimatrix vessel, and our countermeasures are keeping its fleet at bay. The recent escalation of the Herc conflict is straining the number of resources available for Borg surveillance.
Ah, so the Borg are getting a bit of a free hand during this Herc crisis. Let's see about the Breen.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87983.1. Breen forces continue to harass the Deferi, though hostilities have not intensified as of late. The Breen have made no overtures toward the Dominion since their recent return to the Alpha Quadrant. Looks like the honeymoon might be over at last.
Yeah, so the Breen are no longer allied with the Dominion. And, well, we'll let the Klingons handle the Breen, because the Klingons are allied with the Deferi more than the Federation is. Oh, let's look at the Fakiri.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88139.9. A large Fakiri fleet has been spotted in transit to the Gamma Quadrant. Analysis of their course suggests they're heading toward the renegade Iconian fleet. Interesting. If the two of them manage to eliminate each other, well, that'll be two less headaches to keep me up at night.
Yeah, so what's making the Fakiri go after the Iconians? Interesting. Now the Herc, our current enemy.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89001.7. Major Herc activity throughout the four quadrants. As expected, Alliance forces are spread thin in attempts to protect critical sites in their own territory, as well as within the Dominion. The Klingons continue to stay out of it, with the exception of a token force of volunteers. Efforts to enlist the full aid of the Empire to date have faltered.
Yes, only a few Klingons are siding with us, Martok and his people. That means Worf and his brother Kern. Whereas Jem'Hadar wants nothing to do with it at the moment. Let's have a look at the Iconians, which is the information we've come for.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88039.8. Taket's fleet is currently in the Phoeban sector, moving through deep space. She's keeping a low profile for the most part, avoiding conflict with both the Dominion and the Herc. Anything foolish enough to get in her sights doesn't live long enough to regret it, however. The wreckage of a Gamma pirate flotilla will testify to that.
So, all the other Iconians have decided to back off since the Iconian War, except for Taket, who holds a grudge because we chopped her arm off. Or rather, Kahless clone chopped her arm off. Let's look at the Nakul, which have been largely muted in recent times. We haven't heard much from them recently.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87997.9. I can't help but be impressed by the Nakul. Their star is all but dead, their world's an ice ball, and they refuse to leave. They defend that ice ball against all comers, even the Herc. Every Nakul big enough to carry a phaser fought, and they actually won. And I thought Tellarites were stubborn.
Yes, the Nakul must be very territorial for their home world, even though it's not worth defending, they're still defending it. The Terran Empire, Admiral Lita.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88006.2. There have been some recent Terran incursions from the Badlands, but nothing overly organized. As of now, there hasn't been any sight of Admiral Lita since her attack on DS9. Perhaps she has finally given up. One can only hope.
Either that or she's gone undercover as Rom's wife by killing Rom's wife. That would be a good tactic for her. She could kill Rom's wife and then go undercover and pretend to be Prime Leader. And manipulate the Ferengi alliance to her wishes. A very wealthy alliance. So we've got the Folians. They've never been too much of a threat, but they're annoying nonetheless.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89101.1. Tholian web technology has worked well against the Herc so far. They ensnared 70% of a Herc fleet shortly after it dropped out of warp. The rest of the fight was brief and one-sided. At least Tholian xenophobia is consistent. Our attempts to negotiate for web technology have been completely ignored.
Now that is interesting. Folian web technology is supposed to have an advantage against the Herc. I might have to, when I play this on another character, I might actually use a tarantula with the web technology. Just to see if it does work as well as this report suggests. Now the Tzenkefi.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89001.7. Getting a lot of disturbing reports from Zenkethi space lately. Whispers of corruption in the highest ranks and talks of a coup are in the air on Zenketh. The Autarch's days might be numbered after his crusade failed, though the arrival of the Herc has kept him on the throne. For now.
So the Tzenkefi are having internal wranglings. That's why they're not so noisy anymore. But by reading all of these, I got an accolade. I think it was called Rule 74. I can't remember what that's about. But it's worth reading through them all. Like that tip about the Herc. And the Folian web technology. That's all the info I need. That's more than I needed. Let's have... Brother! Whoa.
All right, Rom, a deal is a deal. You found the Iconian, so I guess it's my turn now. Time to put the team together?
Yep, time to rekindle the magnificent Ferengi. Yes, brother.
And that's the job. Confront.
I like a good cutscene.
Really? He shot the hostage last time. He's not invited.
Brunt, your database skills should help us locate the package.
Always happy to help, Grand Nagus. Retreat.
Still a master of Rule 33. Aren't you, Brunt?
It never hurts to suck up to the boss.
Of course. I presume you'll need my ship again, yes?
Not this time. We'll need a ship that can fight, just in case.
And we'll have it, thanks to our friend here.
Good.
That's me!
Everyone's here. Also,
Looking drunk.
full consortium.
Oh, unbelievable!
The table's rigged. I'm sure of it.
It is rigged. So, Quark has somehow managed to get me on
Here we
his
go.
side.
The cloaking device I acquired from my cousin Gala is working like a charm. Keep an eye on it, though. I'd rather not attract the attention of the Iconians, or the Fakiri, for that matter. Looks like they're busy trying to blow each other to bits out there. Let's use that to our advantage. You see those Iconian sentry probes? They use those to detect cloaked ships, so you'll want to disable them before we move much closer. This cloak is
Understood.
good, but it's not that good. Getting in's the easy part. We're cloaked and unexpected.
What got me about playing this episode on my Klingon character is that the Klingon ship already had a cloak. And we were using Quark's acquired cloak at the same time, when we could have just used our own, which was better than his acquired piece of crap cloak. Plus you've got quantum singularity, and on some characters you have that subspace field generator, or whatever it's called, and they're cloaks as well. So I had 3 cloaks on my Klingon ship when I played this on my Klingon character, plus I had Quark's special cloak. Yeah, this episode doesn't take into account that Klingon and Romulan ships already have cloaks. Anyway, let's disable this probe while the Iconians are fighting the Fakiri. Now let's go to the other probe and disable that one. Taket's getting hammered by the Fakiri. If anyone can handle it, it's Taket. Yep, these are the bomb ships, and there's the bigger ship that isn't a player ship, and it's bigger than the bomb, but not as big as the Enterprise J. We'll stop here and disable this second probe.
That should be enough to get to the flagship undetected.
Yep, we can approach now without them seeing us.
Well, we can all stop holding our breath now. It worked. If you'll be so kind as to fly us behind that massive Iconian ship, we'll be on our way.
That should be easy too. Quark sounded surprised that it worked. Go down a bit. I'm taking it nice and slow because I've positioned wrong on previous playthroughs and had to
I'm looking
back
forward to
stuff.
this.
Almost there. Just take it nice and easy.
Lek wants to blow something up. Typical Lek. Nice and gentle. Slowly does it.
We made
There
it.
we are.
I can't believe I'm actually going to sneak onto an Iconian flagship and keep the engine running, okay? I have a feeling we're going to need to get out of here in a hurry.
Your shuttle is prepped. Good luck. Why don't we just fly the shuttle in?
I've never been this close before. Impressive.
Terrifying is more like it. This is insane.
I've been this close before. I've fought the Iconians and I've won and lost.
Nog, you're our engineer. Buy it 400 and sell it 5.
It'll be up to you to disable the security systems, son.
Right. I'm familiar with their tech from the war.
Shuttle landed,
I
obviously.
won't let you down, Father. Evade.
Acquire!
You're up first, Nog. We need to lower the local security so Brunt and Lek can do their jobs.
Right.
No problem. I memorized the schematics for this vessel on the way here. There are engineering consoles we can use for that nearby. Follow me.
Okay, so now we're in control of Nog, and the other two are cowering down behind just like typical Ferengis. Let me just make sure I position my camera correctly. Look at the tools I've got. I wonder if there's any way to add other tools. Nope. I wonder what gear Nog has. He's using the same gear that my main character has. Not my main, sorry, the character I'm playing this episode with. But actually, he's not using this gear, it just happens to be on him. It's like my character is wearing a Nog skin, but with less gear.
Head left here, Nog.
Okay, okay, no need to shout. I've got big ears, you know. I can hear everything.
I've studied Iconian systems. I can unlock these doors.
Good. We'll have to disable security and engineering, though.
Anything else to say before I click this? No? Okay then, let's click.
If I send in the appropriate signals to the door, I should be able to toggle the door locks. The good news is that my tricorder can get me the signal I need to send. The bad news is the Iconian systems only take trinary input. I think I see how the inputs work, so it shouldn't be too hard.
The thing about this is you don't need to learn trinary or figure it out. you can just have Nog use his tricorder to cheat. So we'll just click random things until Nog decides to cheat. There, use tricorder to calculate. See, he's cheating now.
Got it. And we're done here.
See, I didn't need to work anything out. I just let Nog click random things until he decides to cheat with his tricorder. Typical Ferengi. Find the engineering console, defeat 2 constructs, defeat 3rd Thrall.
Heralds! Don't worry, I can handle them.
Quark, you're making way too much noise. Now, which way are we going? This way, I think. I sometimes get confused of which direction to go in this because it's a bit of a maze for a map. So that was the one of the constructs.
Hold on, Uncle. Something's coming.
Oh, it's one of the
That
dangerous
looks like more
ones.
than you can handle. Let Lek take care of it. He'll probably enjoy it.
Think I can lock the door behind once it's gone.
Great idea. Do that. Quickly! Head right here.
Come on, move. You sometimes get stuck on things here. Override door, random digits, until Nog's tricorder decides to mess about. Use tricorder. Send signal.
Got it. And we're done.
Sometimes these constructs and thralls create Iconian portals where they can jump through the portal and end up behind you all of a sudden. And if you can shoot the portal before they jump into it, you can stop them from getting a flank on you. But there's really no need on normal difficulty because any weapon can kill them. They're not as strong as they were when Taket had the full force of the fleet behind her, the Iconian fleet. Now she's on her own, using her own fleet.
We've made it. This is main engineering.
Oh, shoot the gateway. That stops this thrall from getting a flank on me. So now we override this console.
Security's offline. We're good to go.
Can we drop their rear shield for a moment?
Why, yes we can, Uncle.
From the other console? Why?
The first brother of the
You'll
Ferengi
see.
Alliance.
What's that, Uncle?
Call it an insurance policy. Lek, how do you feel about Iconian heralds?
Very dangerous. I look forward to shooting some. Sell at 250? Buy at 100.
You'll get your chance, clearing the path for Quark and Nog.
The riskier the road, the greater the profit. I'm in.
What weapon is that? Come on, load it
Lek,
up.
front, you're on.
So now I'm... Is
Brunt,
this Lek?
FCA. I'm on my way.
The hunt is on.
Yep, I believe this guy is Lek. Yeah, he says so, yeah. Lek, the Ferengi who's not like other Ferengis. He's got no interest in profit, he just wants to kill. He's more like a Klingon than a Ferengi. And look at the power of his weapon. His weapon is immense.
Ooh, they fight back. Good, good.
It's dead. It didn't fall down.
Magnificent. Truly magnificent.
Chronoton micro torpedo spread. That's a nice little handy addition. Throw knives. His knives are awesome.
It's looking this way between patrol points. I should be able to sneak up on it if I duck behind the walls.
I took out a solar gateway with a knife.
Eliminated.
His weapon is way overpowered. Which is good, because you'd expect him to have an overpowered weapon since he's a kill crazy animal.
I bet I could make that console explode remotely.
Yeah, let's blow it all up. Ha ha ha! 15 heralds dead, sucked into space.
Not the explosion I was looking for, but it'll do.
I found the package. The Iconian keeps it on display in what looks like a trophy room. And here I thought they were above such basic behavior. I've analyzed their patrol patterns, Lek. You'll need a clear path for Quark and Nog. I trust you'll keep the guards in that area occupied for a suitable period of time.
Of course.
Testing my skills against Iconians? This is worth more than latinum to me. Don't get your lobes bunched, Brunt. I'll clear the path for the others by any means necessary.
Not for a price. Lek is a great character. A Ferengi not interested in profit. Anything over there to look at? No. I could take down these characters quicker, but I'm enjoying playing it as the storyline. Instead of just all out taking out the enemies.
More enemies to the left, and another console.
Let's see if we can give them a sucky time. In a vacuum. Oh no, we don't sucky these ones, we electrocute them.
What? Still no explosion? Ugh, ridiculous.
Yes, but plenty of fried herald meat. And there's a big guy over there.
If I make some noise, the big one will come to investigate.
Party blower. Micro torpedo. Knives.
This isn't work.
Run out of the
This
red
is
stuff.
fun.
Shield losing power.
He's dead. So why did he get back up? We might not be killing them, we might be stunning them. Yeah, it's little graphics glitches that occur in new episodes. He should have fallen over and died. He does sometimes. Just sometimes the graphics glitch out. Well, we can't go that way. Why do they leave their portals hanging all over the place?
If I overload those conduits, I'm sure it'll make a big explosion.
Well, best of luck, Lek. Let's hope you get your big bang. What's that, Omega?
Doesn't anything blow up around here?
It will if you force it.
Lictor Quark, the path is clear.
I'm detecting some nearby patrols.
I want to see if I can cause a distraction. Hold on.
I hope I'm going the right way, because sometimes I get lost in this maze of a map. I like his secondary fire mode. It's really powerful. Way too powerful. Like this. Look at that. 3,000 damage, takes out that guy in one shot. It's reminiscent of Regent's Regret episode where that ship is way overpowered.
If I blow up that console, it'll cause a nice distraction.
I really hope the graphics for this explosion render. Sometimes they don't.
Nog, how do I overload these ridiculous Iconian consoles?
Oh, what a
Easy.
big bang!
First you need to... Wait. How are you at trinary conversions?
Terrible.
Never mind. I have a workaround.
Yeah, that's not a tricorder workaround. Yeah, it rendered! God, we really need some really good music by that group called the Shadows
Brother,
or something.
you'll crack the safe. Once Brunt finds it, that is.
Nice of you to give me the
Good
easy
bit of guitaring
job,
was
Rob.
needed there.
By that point, Lek will have eliminated their guards.
We're talking about Iconians here, Rom.
I'll be with you, Uncle. You'll be fine.
Oh, I feel so much better now.
That was a great moment with Lek there where that explosion happened, but it really needs some sort of musical key on it to
Time for
sell it
me
better.
to earn my share. Watch and learn.
I mean, the Star Trek Online
Don't worry,
devs,
Uncle. I've got your back.
they wanted a musical key there, but it would turn out to be very expensive to buy copyright for such things, to buy the royalties for such music. So they couldn't do it, even though they wanted to. I think it might be worth it to add it in later date, add a bit of music to sell that scene. Something like John Travolta moment or something, where he blows up that Pulp Fiction moment or something. Come on, Quark. Don't let your nog do it all. So, they've located the package and we've got to go and collect it now.
You know, you were supposed to shoot me if I got pulled into another one of these.
I thought you meant rescue operations. I can shoot you later if you'd like.
No, it just wouldn't be the same.
Nog! Wow! Protecting your uncle. We didn't quite stop him from using the portal. He almost got a flank on us. Now, I could go down there, which is the route I'm supposed to take, I believe, but there's another Iconian over here somewhere that I want to shoot. Just for the fun of it. Another Herald, I believe. Yep, there he is. I spotted him and I want to shoot him just for the hell of it. If I can. Oh no, he looks like one Lek has already taken down. Yeah, he's already dead. He just hasn't healed over yet.
I don't think this is the way Brunt told us to go.
Yeah, you can't shoot him.
I get the feeling Lek enjoys his job a little too much.
Yeah, that was the one Lek took down. One of the ones. That's the trouble when they don't fall down once they're dead. You don't know whether you've killed them or not. Nothing that way. No. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten lost this episode. There's more that Lex taken down, and another one Lex taken down. Why aren't they falling down though? It's probably my graphics card not rendering things
I'm
properly.
impressed!
That's one word for it.
Impressed by a mad killer Ferengi. Yeah, they really do leave their portals lying about, don't they? These Iconians. No, I thought there was something to do with their portals. I'm just looking around to see if there's anyone gonna get us behind.
He
I know
left
there
some
is.
guarding the trophy room.
It's okay, Uncle. We can handle them.
Do you know what I've forgotten to do? Forgotten to click his gambling device. Don't know why I forgot that. It usually helps with firepower.
All right, now let's find the package. It has to be in one of the display cases around the room.
So this is Taket's private little museum trophy room. What's this?
Amazing! That's a singularity! Taket must have taken it from a Romulan warbird. You could say it was the heart of that ship. Must have been a memorable opponent for her to keep that on display like this.
She keeps a black hole, huh? Well, you got to put your rubbish somewhere. Yeah, if you go through each of these displays, you'll get an accolade. Taket's arm.
Is that part of an Iconian? Why would Taket keep a severed body part? That's insane.
Taket lost her arm when she fought Kahless during the war. She's keeping it as a trophy or maybe a reminder of one of her few failures. I knew she was intense, but this is pretty ridiculous.
Yep, that's Taket's arm that Kahless chopped off. She might want to reattach it one day. Oh, look! Latinum!
That's a lot of latinum. Impressive. I could buy a Starliner with that and have enough left to buy a condo on Ryza. Probably not beachfront, but it'd be nice. It's FCA graded, too. She must have gotten it from a Ferengi. Oh, tough break. Seems only fitting that we acquire it. Fine. Mind on the mission. Stop looking at me like that.
I want the money! When I played this on my Ferengi character, he got pissed off at me for not taking that. Oh, look! Something even more valuable than gold pressed latinum. A lockbox.
Looks like a secure treasure box. I wonder what's inside. It could be practically anything. Leave it to an Iconian to lock up a box of valuables and hoard it away.
Yes, but what lockbox is it? Is it Deep Space Nine lockbox? Is it Infinity? Is it... any kind of lockbox it could be.
Well, not everyone is as good at opening locks as you, Uncle. Most people would need the appropriate key.
I'm not most people. If only we could play as Quark, we'd get access to all the lockboxes for free. What's this? Oh, I recognise that from Voyager 6, isn't it?
Interesting. I read about these at the Academy. Something called NASA sent them out on crewed space probes centuries ago to initiate first contact with alien life. I believe this contains audio files, animal sounds, music, language samples. My Earth history instructor would love to get her hands on this. We should, acquire it if we have the time.
And it's made of latinum. Platinum, I think it's made of, actually. Mind on the mission, Nog. Hey, look. It's, a planet orbiting a long fin thing.
Uncle, that looks like Captain Sisko's baseball. You don't think it's his, do you? I thought Jake took it with him.
Nah, it's probably Buckbook-Eyes. It couldn't be Captain Sisko's, surely, because Iconians can't time travel, and Sisko's baseball is still on the desk at Deep Space Nine.
Do you remember when Sisko made us play baseball against the Vulcans? Rom wouldn't stop talking about it for weeks. Put a bunch of money into that new Interstellar League, too. Still can't believe he bought a professional team. The Ferenginar Liquidators. They're terrible. Got beat by the Cation Claws by a score of 18-4, and they were cheating!
I suppose Rom thinks, oh god, oh damn it, my microphone was not positioned right through all this episode. I hope you can still hear my voice. Sorry about that, I took a drink of tea and moved my microphone away.
You know, I always told the top brass at the Corps of Engineers that making the party poppers look like weapons was a bad idea. Any officer who uses one of those instead of a real weapon is in for a bad day. I suspect that's how Taket got her hand on one of these balloons. Shame.
Yes, that's one of those balloons you fire from the party gun. It's a tied up balloon type, similar to a balloon animal, but it's a balloon starship.
That's a bottle of prune juice. I'd recognize that color anywhere. Worf constantly demanded I have a bottle on hand at the bar. A warrior's drink, he called it. More like a torture drink. I tried some once. Let's just say that it was not a pleasant digestive experience.
Having my microphone out of position has really thrown me. What's this? Comm badges.
Seeing these reminds me of the Dominion War. A lot of those were sent back home to loved ones. Starfleet, the Klingons, the Romulans, they all have their different rituals. Even the enemy cared for their dead.
Yes, and Taket has killed a lot of Starfleet officers and collected all the comm badges.
And they say you don't have a heart, Uncle.
They're right, I just have a piece of gold-pressed latinum.
Too bad we don't have enough time to steal these and sell them back to the people who want them. 34th rule of acquisition, Nog. War is good for business.
And finally, the Sword of Kahless.
Package located. The Sword of Kahless. Now, we need to retrieve it.
So we go to the console that gives us access to it.
I can use this to bring the package from its display globe. I need to use the right frequencies, though. Enter the wrong one, and every alarm around will go off. The frequencies change periodically. Once I start this, I need to get them all, or I'll have to start over.
Okay.
I can just scan the machine for you. Should be easy enough to get the frequencies.
And leave a report?
You, of all people, should know that Federation tricorders record whatever they scan. Never leave a data trail. We'll do this the Ferengi way. It'll take someone with the lobes for the job. That's me.
Okay, so we've got to be between 65 and 85, and we're at 37, so we hit the +5 a few times, and then +1 until we get to the frequency we need. Whoops, one too many. There we go, next frequency. We're at 70, we need to go down by 5. And then down some more. Oh, down to one too many. Next frequency. We need to go up by 5, up by another 5, by 1. Got it. Rule of acquisition number 7. Take the sword of Kalos and take it and just shove it in your pocket. Even though it's massive.
Nicely done, Uncle! We did it! We actually did it! We shouldn't stick around, though. Let's head back to the shuttle before the Iconians figure out what we're up to.
Right on.
Rule 7. Keep your ears open and your eyes on the mark.
This is no time to get sloppy. I like the way he didn't actually say this is no time to get sloppy. As in, we got sloppy by not getting him to say that. It's funny. So we're escaping now. Oh no.
Far enough.
Typical.
Well done, Quark. You actually managed to pull it off. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. You've a talent for larceny, after all. Time, however, is a factor. Hand it over now, or I'll shoot you both and take it from your cold, dead fingers.
But this is the Grand Nagus' mission, and you're not sucking up to him like you should be. You wouldn't dare.
Are you out of your mind? Have you forgotten who Nog and I are related to? No payout is worth what will happen to you if you do this. Wrong. We'll have every Eliminator, Bounty Hunter, and Pirate in the 4 quadrants gunning for you.
Probably even Lek.
How did Lek put it? Oh, yes. The riskier the road, the greater the profit. Wise words indeed. The payout from this job will provide me with more than enough latinum to remove your idiot brother and take my rightful place as the Grand Nagus.
Ooh, ambitious.
I'm willing to give you a sporting chance, however. Hand over the package. You might be able to flee before that very angry Iconian arrives.
This is insane.
Have it your way, Brunt. You're dumber than you look. If you think the crew of our ride won't be suspicious when you come back without us. They'll probably throw you in the brig on general principle. I know I would.
Yes, but Brunt's got his own ship.
Ah, but I won't be traveling with them, Quark. I've made other travel arrangements. Time's up. Hand it over, or prepare to meet the blessed exchequer. Ha! I'd pay a lot to witness that audit. Might even be worth dying for, just to hear you scream on your way to the vault of eternal destitution.
Not the divine treasury. Hand over the sword. And here comes the angry Iconian.
Goodbye, Quark. At last, goodbye!
It's a cat.
Now!
A force field? It will not stop me, Ferengi.
Look a little closer. That's a chronoton field. You might make it through, but it's definitely gonna hurt. A lot. Or we can talk like sensible, intelligent people. Your call.
Very well. Speak. Your crimes are numerous. You breached my security, damaged my vessel, killed members of my crew, violated my sanctum, and stolen something very precious to me. Each is punishable by death. Tell me, why shouldn't I purge you like the odious vermin you are?
Yes, this chronoton field, Iconians can't time travel because it messes up their brains or something. So a chronoton field is effective against them. Steal? Me? I would never.
That's where you're wrong. I don't have anything of yours on me. Run a scan if you don't believe me. If anything, I was trying to stop the lunatic that did steal from you. I may be odious vermin, but I'm not stupid. Look, we should be working together to stop our mutual enemy instead of wasting time with this argument.
There will be plenty of time to eliminate each and every one of you filthy creatures. That field of yours will drop eventually, and then you will die. Your cohort will be tracked and ultimately killed. I will have my vengeance on you all soon enough.
Good point.
You're not entirely wrong, but I think you're going to have a much bigger problem to deal with in the very near future. Any moment now.
What's Quark got planned? That's me.
Remember this? A little something we picked up on Karema. Keep it on your ship and beam it to our location when we give you the signal.
What's that, Uncle?
Call it an insurance policy. You might make it through, but it's definitely gonna hurt. A lot. Or we can talk like sensible, intelligent people. You're
Calling in the Herc by the looks of things.
Explain yourself. Speak while you still can, Ferengi.
Oh, that?
They're called Herc. Maybe you've heard of them. Real nasty dispositions. Eat everything they come across, and now they've come across your fleet. You Iconians are tough, but you're not invincible. Against the Fakiri and the Herc, those are some pretty long odds to get. Here's how this is going to work. You're going to let us go, and in return, I'll disable the device that's bringing every Herc in the Quadrant here to chew on your ship. We'll go our way, you'll go yours. Otherwise, we'll wait and see what happens first. My field drops, or you and your ship become the main course at the Herc buffet.
Typical Quark, he's got a very uncanny knack of getting out of sticky situations.
I agree to your terms. Go, get out, leave my ship, and disable your wretched device. Know this, you've made an enemy today, Ferengi. I am patient. I will avenge myself. You will pay for your crimes.
And so will all of Ferenginar by the sounds of things. She sounds a lot like Odo, doesn't she?
Right. Then we have a deal. We'll be on our way then. I'll take care of your Herc problem once I've made it to a safe distance. I'd say it's been a pleasure, but we both know that'd be a lie.
Boom! Lek, what have you done? Oh no, it's the Herc. They've turned up. And he's getting to see explosions at last. Ha! Quark got hit. That's a screenshot.
What are we waiting for? Run! Run!
How did Quark escape that?
We're almost there, but we lost the sword. We went through all of this, And for what?
It's not over yet.
Quark to Madron. Is the package secured?
Margarine here. You'll be happy to know the package is safe and sound. I beamed it to your ship a few minutes ago. I'm afraid Brunt is a little bruised, but these things happen. I'll keep him nice and sedated until we get back to the Alpha Quadrant. And Quark, be sure to let the Nagus know I held up my end of the bargain, won't you?
Madran, that's him from the episode where you enter the mining facility and go underground and find a Tal Shiar base in a mine and get a what is it, one of those creatures that eats through rock. I can't remember what they're called.
I'll be sure to let him know, Madron.
A Horta, that's what they are.
Always have a backup plan, Nog. Especially when dealing with snakes like Brunt. Let's go. And look! The shuttle's right where we left it! Things are looking up for a change! Let's get out of here before Tket changes her mind.
Let's go. So Quark had a backup plan because he knew Brunt would betray him. Nobody outfoxes Quark.
Thanks for sticking with me. Now, if you don't mind, let's get back to DS9. There's a very cranky Iconian looking for an excuse to kill us all. Rather not give her one more. Thankfully, she'll be busy dealing with the Herc. Garrick's little toy works like a charm.
Agreed, and this was the plan all along by the looks of things.
We've got a problem. The cloaking device is acting up. If it goes down, every ship in the system will know we're here. I'll do what I can to keep it running, but we might need to fight our way out of here.
Understood, Captain. And it just happens to go offline right now.
Terrific. This is what I get for buying it from Yale.
Oh, we gotta get out of here.
Don't worry, I'll be running it again. I just need a couple minutes.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta run. How do we avoid battle? Because we don't really have to fight much because it's just a matter of waiting out the clock.
He found another way back to do this.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not fight unless I have to. Instead, I'm just gonna wait out the clock. Well,
just one more minute. Keep us safe.
Hit quantum singularity. We might get lucky and not have to fight. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
They're attacking us.
Ha! I got the cloak back up.
Ah, we didn't have to fight. Not much. We just had to confuse their sensors a little. So now we move away from the combat area so we can depart.
Cloak's online again, and we're at a safe distance from the enemy. We can leave as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, no sense escalating the conflict and getting killed.
I was ready to go the minute we warped into this system, and I'm doubly ready to go now. not to tell you your business, but make it so, please.
I don't make it so, I engage.
Quark and Nog told me you did a great job keeping them all safe. Thank you for bringing them back in one piece. The 6th rule of acquisition says, never allow family to stand in the way of opportunity. But what can I say? Family means a lot to me.
Nog and Quark and Lita now are your family. What happened to Brunt?
Brunt is ambitious, but predictable. We expected him to betray us, and we capitalized on it. Brunt made life difficult for the Nausicans who worked for Madron. That was a painful decision. Ask Dr. Bashir about that if you're interested.
And Madran?
Brunt made the mistake of dealing with someone more ambitious than he was. Madron came to me shortly after Brunt made him an offer, and I made Madron a counter-offer he couldn't refuse. I think I just came up with a new rule of acquisition. It's not smart to turn down a deal with the Grand Aegis. I'm pretty sure Madron would agree with that.
So what now?
There's something I'm curious about. The Herc stole the Sword of Kalis from the Klingons a long time ago, but no one seems to know why. They didn't eat it, so there must be something about it they value. And we Ferengi are all about value. Perhaps the lab's sensors and equipment can tell us more. Maybe it's made of a rare, precious metal.
It's possible. Let's find out. So first of all, we'll find out how Brunt is doing. Hello, Bashir.
What can I do for you?
How is Brunt doing?
Well, he's got a deep contusion of the auricular lobe and a possible dislocated malleus. Normally, in a Ferengi, either condition could be fatal, but it seems that whoever did this to our friend here knew exactly how to keep the damage just this side of lethal. Luckily for the patient, he'll live. Unluckily, there's only so much modern medicine can do to numb this type of pain. Quark and Rom don't seem too concerned, though.
Haha, ouch!
And they'll both pay for their crimes. Ah!
Doctor?
If you say so, Brunt, but the Grand Nagus has other ideas, I'm afraid. And I hear that Ferengi prison is unpleasant.
To say the least. It's the Vault of Eternal Destitution style prison.
None of the Ferengi were willing to tell me what led to Brunt looking like he went 10 rounds with the Gorn heavyweight champion. Care to enlighten me?
That's classified, Doctor. Sorry. Now we find out what's special about the sword. Perform multi-molecular dating.
Based on the scans, that carapace was around for quite a long time before Kalis made a weapon out of it. The blade material is over 4,000 years old, where the story of Kalis is roughly only 1,600 years old.
Amazing. Perform gamma spectroscopy.
I'm reading traces of multiple radiation types within the blade. Discounting the type that likely came from the Iconians, there are still clear traces of thermobaric and tetrionic radiation. I believe we could cross-reference Alliance and Dominion star charts and easily determine where these traces of radiation originated from.
Interesting. What I don't understand is why are we in sickbay and not in a science lab? I mean, sickbay for Brunt, yes, but a science lab for the sword. Perform molecular scan.
Now, this is interesting. These readings indicate that the Sword of Kalis is made out of biological material with a germanium base. I'll need to run more tests to be certain, but I believe the weapon was fashioned out of a Herc carapace. This may explain their interest in it.
Ooh, maybe it was a Queen Herc. Your conclusions?
We have a 4,000-year-old weapon made of a Herc carapace. My analysis of the radiation within the blade should allow us to narrow down its point of origin. I've had the computer working on that as we speak. Let's have a look. Cross-referencing all known Alliance and Dominion star charts, and voila! There's one system that contains all of the conditions we've isolated. Havas Kul, at the edge of Dominion space. It's possible we've just discovered the location of the Herc homeworld. We should forward this information to the appropriate parties at once. This could be the breakthrough we've been looking for.
Sounds impressive and valuable. Rule 21, Quark. Never place friendship above profit.
I thought he wasn't interested in profit. But then he might just want the weapon. Speak with Rum and Quark. Hey, do you know he just stole our weapon?
Unbelievable. I knew Brunt was a snake, but Lek? Guess I should have known better. The bigger the smile, the sharper the knife. And Lek's got plenty of both.
He played us all for fools.
He's a fool if he thinks he can steal from me. I'll have every eliminator, bounty hunter, and pirate in the 4 quadrants gunning for him. No one steals from the Grand Nagus and lives to profit from it.
The Klingons won't be happy if they find out.
Considering how angry my father is, the Klingons will be the least of Lek's problems. I haven't seen him this mad since he caught me... Well, we don't need to get into that. Despite everything that's happened, we'll hold up our end of the bargain. I'll be in touch when everything is prepared. And remember, this operation never happened.
I will return to my ship. A few days later.
Think they bought it?
Completely. As far as they're concerned, the sword has been stolen. You, might want to lay low for a while, though.
A long while.
Opportunity plus instinct equals profit. Well done, brother.
The sword of Kalis, as promised.
Did Quark
Once
scam
again,
me?
the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
So will I, Grilka, once the payment clears. Pleasure doing business with you.
So it's ended up where it should anyway. So I don't mind being manipulated and cheated out of my sword. Anyway, that's it. Quarks Lucky Seven, the most hilarious episode of the new ones. And the most convoluted, manipulative, dirty scoundrel episode. Let's hail Nog and see if we can get the reward.
I realized this was an unconventional mission, and it didn't go exactly as planned. Still, the data we discovered on the Sword of Kalis should be very helpful to the Alliance. We'll need to keep some of the details of the mission classified, of course. So, whatever you do, don't mention it to Morn, or the whole quadrant will know about it tomorrow.
Yeah, Morn's a big talker, I hear. So, let's get Lex throwing knives. And there they are, and I advise people you should use these weapons. They're very good. I've tried them on my other characters and they do fight very well. And you know what I realised? I didn't get a chance to use that kit module that I got from the previous episode. Oh well. Anyway, I don't see any Iconian Gateway location, but that might come into it later. So, that's it then. That's Quarks Lucky Seven, the funniest, best episode of the new content. And it was part 5 of my episode playthroughs, so the next one, part 6, will be playing... How do you pronounce that? Tenebris Torquent? I don't know, I'm dyslexic, I can't read things like that. I wish they'd just put simple, easy to pronounce names. But that's the one we'll be playing in part 6. And it's the last one of the Gamma Quadrant episodes, but I'll also do a part 7 where we play the home episode as well, and in another video a bit later. But for now, That's all we have for Quarks Lucky 7. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope my microphone stayed okay even though I had it out of position. I hope you can still hear my voice. And I highly recommend this episode. It's hilarious and fun getting to play all the other characters. This is Alt Lexington signing off. Remember, the riskier the road, the greater the profit. Bye!